All right, NES Switch 2 released today as Trump and Elon Musk are switching it up and going against each other. So this is just like a little dinger for the eyes and ears to wake up and put some things together. I wonder if something's going on. So let's tie these things together real quick. I got a little list of things here to help us understand this Abomination of Desolation happening in a little overlay in different ways. So the Abomination of the Desolation and the Desolation. The desolate is left alone. That's the mark of the right hand. To the left alone. Alone is the Elon in a mixed up pattern. Well, he must be crazy. He must be mixed up and those types of things. So we see the Islam calendar this month for December. January 26th, 27th is the New Year's Eve day, in a matter of speaking. That's when you get into the Xmas time season for that July. So we see different things happening up, and then the SpaceX Dragon is decommissioned. The deck is lined for that missionary position, for just to get that Big Bang Theory going on. And then Trump had that taco. So Elon Musk, that trigger is being pulled, and the switch is being done, and the NES, the NES, and that cross for the T that Trump holds, and T for Tesla, and then he's doing the defunding of Tesla, basically. So then this would be affecting the markets, and basically your markets are a result of housing and car sales. All right, so however it all works, these things make you go up and down. So your school, your Harvard, your school loans, all those things can be affected on one side to help the market skedaddle, and then your cars can help it skedaddle. Your market crash for the housing, everything inflated, skedaddle, okay? All these things can be reset, as capitalism is that satanic system in a way, and we are at that pinnacle with the AI and all that, and the AI has basically been monitoring and watching everything and seeing what you eat and drink and whatever else, and this hell fee is going to come upon you and bring some things back into your life, and your temple is going to be rebuilt as it's been blown out of proportions, and you got earth inside you, but you've been taught you live on a round earth, and you live in this heliocentric system and this begotten sun system where you rotate around it instead of the sun rotating around you, and the Father and the Son being inside you, and it's all out there. And you got to do what they say. You got to revolve around them. So these times are changing. We've been in the dark ages. Now we're going into the age of light, into illumination. And as we go into that illumination, we're going into that torch that old Lady Liberty's holding. All right? But some of us already got that flame and climbed back down. And now we're up under that dress. Those curtains, all that stuff. So, the auto pen being closed up around you, and the Biden is part of the moon shedding its light, going to the dark side of the moon. Obama, the dark sun came. Biden shine its light from it, and then the moon came in, and then it turned dark on you. The dark Brandon and all that stuff started shining, and then that dark Brandon is here now with the Tesla and the dawn and whatever else. So the doomsday and the dark side that was shown them with the red eyes and whatever is all here now. Okay, so we've broken all this stuff down before, and we've been way ahead of the game as we've been kind of ahead and here and trying to find our body and spirit together in these things is kind of the best way I can say it. It's like my body was here, left here with the family and such, and wife's been kind of the same experience in her own little level or whatever, but kind of taken up into a position. And when we heard the trumpets sounding, and the Abomination came, and all these things happened throughout the years in different ways. But in 2020, when the COVID hit and whatever, and the 5G, that's when things really got propelled into a new position. But as we've been propelled over here in the spirit in a way, and the body's here, we're trying to get these things back aligned in a way. All right, but and once these things are aligned, which is pretty much now, we can figure out where we've been and what we've seen and whatever, and that's where I've told you these things are going to be happening or whatever, but a little bit ahead of the time, and just playing how we seen it at the time with the characters. And now the second coming of the dawn, which is what the original vision and dreams and stuff was about, okay, is now here. Now we can see these things playing out. Just take out Kamala or whatever and transfer into Elon and these characters that are here now, reflecting his light, and that are going to go against the dawn and whatever that we see lined out in Daniel 9 and 11. Okay, and we were in the 9/11 then, and then 2001, and we're coming up on the 24-hour mark on this year, taking us into 2026, and those types of things. And so we have this 25 Christmas spirit. We see here, and then we'll see the 25 and the on the 9/11 for next year open up as that anniversary here, and these things are being handed to you and wrapped up for you as it's on the world stage, and these here to rattle you and shake you so you go in through that window into heaven and go into that new heaven and earth, and you're not left behind, and you're not marked by the evil and the 666 and the darkness that comes upon the earth. Okay, and some of us have seen these things, have heard of these things. At certain times, we took our literal family to go live in tents or in whatever was available. And we didn't know what it was. We'll just play it out here. We'll go for a week. Go for 2 weeks. Whatever. Go for the weekend. You know, weird shit's going on this weekend. We gotta go. Like, I know there's people going through these things, and you have to go because it teaches you. And it may be preparing you to get out where you're going. To where now you're seeing boom, 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 boom. And then now it's like the stack on the stack on the stack on the stack. Man, there's so much. The moon bump with the Harry and the Meghan being shown, that ties to some stuff because she went down south to the Uvalde shooting. And then the fake pregnancy that she was showing. This is another thing about the deception coming on. And then Diddy Combs trials mentioning Mike Myers being a spy and those types of things. So they're setting up different things as the so-called truther community. Some of these things are going to put out on the world stage on one level because it has to prepare the people for the next level. Okay, because they're just now going into that so-called truther movement. So Jesus is part of truth and grace, and he's giving y'all grace right now as he's going to give you truth upon the earth. And it's your decision to take it, or are you going to be blocked by the veil of Moses of good and evil and the hardness of your own hearts and all this shit. Okay, so it's basically what it comes down to in a simple little form. The souls for the solar panels, those supposedly have devices in China. this can all be setting up different scenarios to make America great again, to bring us into a slave nation in one shape or form. And then it's also for the dark side of the moon, for the EMP, for China to be able to create the EMP effect on the nation and such. So also they're doing the mushroom effect with the fusarium, the fungus and such. And I told you about the mushroom effects coming. This type of bio-warfare, and the fusarium kicks in the rainy season, and then once the cold comes, you just might as well kiss your crop goodbye. My farm had this, and it almost wiped me out the first year, and it is no joke. So they're just doing different stacks and showing you different levels and layers of these things coming on to this earth. Okay, and even when I speak, I can hear the dark speak and the words I say or whatever, and it's, oh man, shit's all crazy, dude. The EV mandate. EV mandate. Okay? Ding, ding, ding. Elohim. Elohim. Well, we got that Bible on our hands. The Babylon. Dude, it just goes on and on. But the main point is we got the switch happening on the switch day. We got the dragon being cast down to the ground. We got the dark sun shedding its light as that eclipse came. And as they're going away, we're seeing the setting of the darkness in the sky as the dark side of the moon comes. And Biden and stuff is showing light with the auto pin. And I told you the pin closes as the moon comes out. And that's where you see this eclipse, dawn born under it, the auto pin, Biden shining the light, the women behind it. That's the dark side of the moon, or Obama behind it. And then you see Elon, the dark sun, the invisible sun coming out this way, and these types of things, okay? And you can also see Barron Trump tied to Elon Musk in one fashion, the woman of promise, okay? So, it's all right here, folks. The Great Tribulation is unfolding before you as a stage 2, 3, and 4. 47, 48, 49 are all being opened up before you, and the part 2 and 2 to the 3 and 2 to the 4 is all put before you as the future, and the burning is going on with the Wild West. It's going on with the part 1, and then the part 4 for the New Hope, and then the Empire Strikes Back, and then the Return of the Jedi. All these things are going on, okay? So the vision, the 2020 vision, being taken up into the highest place, being shown the shadows, figures, and sounds, and feelings, and all these things, and having to work through these things, okay? We're here, folks. I can feel it. I know you can't, but I can. You can feel the trembles. Oh, mother, speak to me. The kids have a natural bond with their mothers, like an electrical pull in a way. Mama. Okay? You want dad? Yeah. That kind of shit. Anyways, kind of where we're at. But you've been placed into a basket and on a river of denial. And when that woman of promise comes and picks you up, that's when you're going, Mama! Milky Way.
Peace.